Headaches can feel like an uninvited guest, disrupting our day and making everything seem a little bit more challenging. While reaching for a pill might be a quick fix, understanding the various causes of headaches can help us tackle them more effectively and holistically. Hello, my name is Martine. I'm a passionate advocate for holistic health and well-being with a deep commitment to empowering individuals and families. I'm dedicated to exploring and sharing alternative, cost-effective, natural and environmentally friendly ways to support overall health. Believing in the power of nature and the body's innate ability to heal, I offer valuable insights and practical solutions to help others achieve optimum wellness in a sustainable and mindful manner. Headaches often have physical roots. Hormonal imbalances, such as experienced during menstrual cycles or menopause, can trigger headaches. Thyroid and adrenal gland issues, which affect our metabolism and stress response, can also play a part. Additionally, iron toxicity or deficiency can contribute to recurring headaches, and parasite or liver toxicity and burden can also play a role. And then we have things like dehydration, poor posture, and lack of sleep that contribute. While the causes of headache in the physical realm are well documented, it's also super fascinating to consider the emotional and mental traits often linked to people who frequently experience headaches. These personality traits, so to speak, help us explain why some individuals are more prone to headaches than others. So what I've noted, both in my professional practice and through just learning the headache picture within homeopathy, people who often get headaches might exhibit a strong need for control and feel immense pressure to manage every aspect of their lives. This involves a desire for order and predictability, and it's often driven by fear of uncertainty. There's a tendency towards seriousness and perfectionism. And among those who set really high standards, that typical type A personality, they may struggle with fear of failure or judgment from others, and their intense focus is on getting everything just right. Those who frequently suffer from headaches may have a habit of overcommitting themselves, driven by a deep need for love and approval. They often take on more than they can handle, and their strong desire to feel appreciated and validated by others shapes their behavior and can lead to feeling overwhelmed. Another trait often seen in individuals with headaches is a tendency to ignore their own needs and put others first. They might also engage in self-punishment, driven by a lack of self-worth and a tendency to be overly critical of themselves. This is manifested in often self-talk or just the way that they don't allow themselves rest. So feelings of extreme guilt and anxiety are frequently observed. And these individuals might be prone to worrying about past actions or perceived shortcomings with like a deep sense of an overactive mind. And then internal and external conflicts are also really common. They may experience friction within themselves and their interaction with others. This personality trait often involves the struggle to find harmony and balance in their relationships and personal life. So in the journey of life, our bodies and spirits often send us these beautiful, subtle signals, guiding us to areas that need our attention and care. So headaches can be seen as such signal, a gentle reminder from the universe that we need to realign and nurture our mind, body and soul. And through the lens of spirituality, we can view headaches not just as a physical discomfort, but as a message from our higher self urging us to seek balance and harmony. And although just about every homeopathic picture has a head pain picture of some description, we not only have the opportunity to treat headaches and their occurrences through constitutional treatment, but also treat the acute exacerbation with beautiful remedies that will help support the intensity of that exacerbation as you're experiencing it. So homeopathy, with its natural and holistic approach, offers a way to address these spiritual signals. These remedies work on a vibrational level, resonating with our energy fields to restore equilibrium. Before we begin, if you'd like the PDF to this list of remedies and their uses, please just comment PDF or email me at m@martinerobertson.com.au to receive. So here is a list of some homeopathic remedies that you can differentiate between during your next headache. So firstly, Belladonna. Now, Belladonna is known for its ability to treat pain in general and its ability to treat headaches that come on suddenly and intensely. So these headaches are often characterized by severe throbbing or pulsating pain, and they can be accompanied by high fevers, redness of the face, and sensitivity to light and noise. And emotionally, individuals needing Belladonna may exhibit some restlessness, anxiety, or sudden outbursts of anger. The intense pain can make them feel overwhelmed and highly sensitive to their surroundings. Lying in a dark, quiet room usually brings relief, as movement, touch, and bright lights tend to worsen the symptoms. So the location of a Belladonna headache is usually the forehead and the temples. It's a throbbing and pulsating type of pain. We're really a lot better for just relaxing. Any movement, touch, light, noise really disturbs the headache. Often the time of day that this remedy picture will come on is in the afternoon or the evening. And there can be a little bit of nauseousness and vomiting in the Belladonna picture. So the triggers can be often just any aspect of a headache from bright light or noise. But I do consider this a main go-to for, again, any sort of pains that are arising. It's like Belladonna is something that we liken to using similar to, say, in conventional medicine, a Panadol. So one of the peculiar symptoms of the Belladonna that usually is always there is that they have an intense redness of the face. Bryonia comes next, and it's a remedy commonly used for headaches that develop really slowly and steadily. So the pain is usually described as a splitting or bursting and is often centered on the forehead or temples. Individuals needing Bryonia may become irritable and prefer to just be left alone, as even the slightest movement can worsen their symptoms. And these headaches are typically better with pressure, such as lying down with a cold compress on the forehead. Emotional stress and mental exertion can exacerbate the pain, and making rest and stillness is essential for release. So the Bryonia picture will always be worse for any movement at all. And it's one of our great arthritic remedies for that reason. You can head to my website and check out a lot of different remedies that are posted there with a lot of different descriptions and their main uses as well. You just head to the shop section of martinerobertson.com.au. Nux Vomica is definitely one of my favourite headache remedies, and it's often affiliated with like overindulgence, such as hangovers or excessive consumption of rich food and caffeine. So it's our liver rescue. The pain is typically located at the back of the head and the neck, and it may involve like a sensation of tightness or pressure. So there's irritability, oversensitivity, easily frustrated, feeling stressed and overwhelmed, and obviously very aggravated by noise, light, strong odors, and resting in a dark, quiet room and applying warmth to the affected area can often provide relief. There can be a nauseous picture, just like how you are if you ever had a hangover. It's that very similar nauseousness. Nux Vomica is really great if you have accidentally overstimulated yourself with caffeine products as well, and can curb like the headache that can come with coming out of a caffeine picture. Okay, Ignatia is a remedy that we use for tension headaches that can often arise from emotional stress or grief. So the pain's often described as a tight band around the head or a sensation of a lump in the throat. So individuals needing Ignatia may be emotionally sensitive, prone to mood swings, or have a difficulty in expressing their feelings. As I said, often that mental state is being brought on by a significant episode that has caused grief. So muscle spasms and twitching in the face and neck are quite common in the Ignatia picture as well. And they have an aversion to strong odours, emotional stress, but it can be alleviated by deep breathing or engaging in activities that distract the mind. Gelsenium is a remedy that we look into when we're thinking about like deep viruses. So I often liken that headache picture in a gelsenium, but not always, to a viral picture. The gelsenium expression is like a heavy headache that often starts in the back of the head and spreads to the forehead. So these headaches are accompanied by a sensation of pressure or heaviness, and the individuals can feel very weak and lethargic, often even droopy eyes or like a slumped demeanor. So emotionally, they may experience anticipation anxiety or feelings of overwhelm by upcoming events. So these headaches are often worse with that mental exertion. They can often be worse around damp weather and can be relieved by feeling able to take deep breaths or be in a dark room, lying down, etc. So sepia is one of our beautiful hormone balances. So the headache that comes with the sepia has a sensation of weight or pressure on the top of the head. So these individuals needing sepia may feel a little bit indifferent and irritated and often overwhelmed by responsibilities. So these are great remedies to use during menstruation or menopause. So there's a cold and damp weather picture that can aggravate the symptoms, while warm weather and rest provide relief. Remembering that this is one of our go-tos for hot flushes, or just that overall sensation where the emotions come on like a hot flush really fast. Pulsatilla is a fantastic remedy for headaches as well, especially because that changeability that we see commonly in the pulsatilla picture. So they might change location and intensity. So there's going to be that emotional sensitivity that we see running through a pulsatilla, like weepy, maybe seeking comfort and reassurance. So these headaches are often worse in a warm, stuffy room and can be accompanied by digestive issues or even sinus congestion. So fresh air, gentle movement such as walking outside provide relief, and these individuals often find comfort in being surrounded by loved ones and engaging in soothing activities. Sanguinaria is used for right-sided headaches with a burning sensation and flushed face. So individuals needing this remedy are going to be irritable, depressed, and often lethargic. And these headaches are worsened by light and noise, but can be also alleviated by lying down in a dark room and applying a cold compress to the forehead and temples. So these headaches can be triggered by digestive issues or strong odours, but the main symptom picture is that right-sided sensation. Natmur, again, for those who understand Natmur, we talk about that deep suppression within that picture. It is really ideal for headaches associated with dehydration, sun exposure, or that emotional stress. So the pain can often be described as a throbbing or pulsating pain, and it's usually located in the temples or the back of the head. So I'll see that there's that emotional vulnerability or that grief, that sadness, sensitivity running through the case as well. And I do liken this remedy to being a periodic remedy and a remedy that is really good for hormone rebalancing too. These ones might often come on in the morning, but not always. And obviously emotional stress will bring them on rapidly as well. It is one of my biggest remedies for the headaches that come with the period in my little teenagers in the clinic. So lachesis is also used for throbbing headaches, but this is a very left-sided remedy. It can often spread to the right, usually starts on the left. So these headaches can be really intense and are typically accompanied by a feeling of pressure or fullness in the head. And individuals needing lachesis may be really emotionally intense or experiencing jealousy, suspicion, like a tendency to talk excessively as well. And these headaches are worse by heat, tight clothing and lying down. And fresh air and loosening garments can provide that reprieve. And we have some honorary mentions of the homeopathic world as well. So glonoine is a really beneficial for sunstroke, exposure to heat. So these headaches are characterized by a sensation of fullness and throbbing in the head. And it's one of my remedies that I used a lot of when I would work at the Big Day Out many years ago and people were suffering from sunstroke. We would pop this in their water and help them bring them back from that very dangerous and very intense exposure symptom. Ruta graveolus, great remedy for, it's known as like the arnica of the ligaments. So we're looking at it for headaches caused by eye strain or overuse of the eyes, and these headaches are often accompanied by a feeling of pressure in the head. Spagelia, now this is a sharp stabbing pain and it's often affecting the left side of the head. So we've got a couple of left-sided remedies there for you. These headaches may be worst by motion and touch. And lastly, I'd like to mention Kellyphos. Now this is known as our Florence Nightingale remedy. So Florence, as we know, stayed up late looking after all the war soldiers, and so those headaches that come from what we call night watching. So really great for mamas, but also this is the remedy that got me through my studies too. So really good for mental stress and worry and cramming and all of those things that the headache comes on from, that mental overuse. But also we can bring it in for that physical exertion too. It's one of our biggest tissue salts remedies too, so it can be used in a tissue salt preparation or a homeopathic 30C preparation as well. So it helps in cases where there's marked fatigue and mental exhaustion. And that's a wrap for headaches and homeopathy. So if you are interested in supplying or sourcing these remedies, supplying your home with these remedies and sourcing them, they're all available through my shop at martinerobertson.com.au or at your local homeopathic dispensary. And remember, if you want to really get to the bottom and understand where and what is happening with your headaches, then perhaps booking in for a constitutional with your homeopath would be beneficial too.